Hello and welcome to 10-Minute Fringe. I am Laser from A Shark Ate My Penis, and today I'm here with John and Jackson from October Brian Sketch Comedy, and your show is called
The Dreams of You, a volunteer sleep study.
I love this name. Please tell me, what is the pitch for this show?
Jackson, you want to say something?
Sure, yeah, it's pretty simple. So we have a narrative sketch comedy show coming your way, where each night a volunteer from the audience will actually join us as the sleep scientists on stage, and we're going to take a little trip through their subconscious, through the entire sleep cycle, light, deep, and then whatever the heck goes on during REM. And hopefully we'll learn a little bit about them and probably learn a little bit about ourselves as well.
That sounds incredible. Tell me, so where you all are sketch comedians, where does this group and show come from in the context of your lives?
Well, we all met in college, and we did sketch comedy together in college, which is a huge strength. Honestly, our biggest asset is that we've known each other for around 10 years now. So we just have a lot of, that built-in sense of understanding each other's sensibilities. And so, yeah, about a year and a half ago, we ended up in Chicago together. And so we decided to, bring the band back together and start doing sketch again. And here we are.
Yeah. And as John said, I mean, college is now 10 years ago at this point. So it's been a decade of writing together. So that certainly helps. But one of our evolutions over those 10 years is that we see our shows taking on that narrative structure with a theme, something to tie the sketches together other than hopefully being funny. But when it comes to dreams specifically, I think we're just sitting around one day, hanging out, not really working on comedy stuff. And then someone just said dreams or sleep or something. And that was sort of the genesis of all these ideas that helped guide our writing and helped piece this show together. And then Katherine, who's not with us right now, we have to give her credit.
Mm-hmm.
She is the one who brought in the audience interaction into it. And she pounded her fist on the table to make that happen. And it's now sort of a key aspect of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really fun. So have you done Edinburgh before as a crew?
So I have, but that's even longer ago. That's probably 15 years ago as essentially a child. So I'm assuming it's going to be a bit of a different experience. But I think, John, for the rest of y'all, it's number one, right?
Yeah, this is the rest of our first time. We're relying on Jackson's expertise as a Jackson, an alum of Ed Fringe. And but yeah, so excited to go there and see shows and meet people and just from everything we've seen, the people we've made contact with already, there are so many awesome shows that we can't wait to see.
Yeah. So is there anything in particular in Edinburgh other than doing the show and seeing shows that you're looking forward to? Any Edinburgh stuff that you're vibing?
Well, we just booked tickets for a tour of the castle.
Nice.
That's been recommended to me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know too much else. I need to do some research, but
we're definitely going to do Arthur's Seat. I feel like that's a must.
Yes, yeah.
I did when I was there again as a youth. I almost slipped and fell down Arthur's Seat, so it could have been I could have had a plaque there. So I want to revisit that spot potentially.
Absolutely, you got to refight that monster. Get back on the dragon.
Exactly.
Conquer your demons.
I recommend Mary King's Close if you haven't done that. You probably did it last time if you were there with the
okay.
group. It's an underground tour where you see that all the buildings were built on top of each other, and then they have there's a lot of plague stuff, which is really fun.
Oh hell yeah!
I believe we did that. We did that in the dead of night, and their big trick to scare kids, which we was to scream at the top of their lungs at a very quiet moment. So I think I have some more stuff to unpack when we get down there.
I'm really looking forward to you being able to figure out your triggers and your drama, Jackson.
This whole trip is like a therapeutic experience for Jackson. Really.
The rest of you are along for the ride.
I know, but that sounds awesome. I've never heard of that before, but that seems really cool.
I'd make everybody do it just because it's really quite silly.
Yeah.
Can you? My favorite part of it is that they play a character the whole time, like your tour guide, and then at the end they say, "I'm actually not that character," and we're like, "Yeah, we We know.
That's ironic because that's how our show ends as well. We sort of say, hey.
Yeah, there's some characters may not be who they say they are.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me more about, is there a part of the show that you like seeing audience reaction that you're looking forward to seeing a Scottish or international audience to react to?
Yeah. Well, it's not one particular part, but as we've developed the show, we've mixed a lot of mediums. So obviously there's the traditional narrative sketch comedy, but we've now got puppetry involved. We've got physical theater and music that's actually composed by Michael, who's our fourth member, who we haven't mentioned quite yet. So we bring together a lot of those aspects. And there's one moment in particular, I don't know if we should keep it secret, John, or what, but there's a crescendo, with what we would call the climax of the narrative through line, that has gotten very strong reactions in our previews in Chicago. And hopefully that's something that will increase a little word of mouth as people see that. And they're like, you got to go see what these people are doing.
Yeah, there's some choreography. That's all I'll say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, we love to see it. Tell me about so the rehearsal process, putting this show together. Anything that you discovered, anything that you left along the wayside, anything like that?
So much. This is really, any sort of creative project. I feel like you have to like kill your darlings, and there are always things that you love that you have to leave on the cutting room floor. And there's been a lot of that. We started writing this show in like October, November, and we had no idea what the show was. It was just dreams and sleep. So like it's been a constant process of like refining, and a lot of sketches, a lot of sort of more nebulous ideas that we wanted to do have been cut, but it's all for the best. It's trimming down to like a good 55-minute show.
Nice.
Yes, the scariest but also most thrilling moments is like, I think the 10 minutes before we debrief after a preview that we've completed, and you don't know what people are going to say. People could take your favorite sketch and be like, that was awful, it did not go well, we got to completely change it over. And also that moment, I think, right before you're like something you wrote or something you really like goes on, and you're like waiting for that first laugh from the audience, and if it doesn't come soon, you're panicking backstage. But
such a mood of like, wait, that's the best part. Why aren't?
Like,
oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with the reverse, it's like you're rehearsing this stuff so much that you become like numb to it, and you're like, this is not funny at all. This is boring, and no one's gonna laugh. And then you're performing it for the first time after months and months to a real audience, and you get that first laugh, and you're like, oh right, this is actually like we've been working hard on this and stuff. So it's sort of like it's a double-edged sword where sometimes you're like, oh, this is funny and they're gonna love it, but this like, oh god, we have to do this too. And then like the audience response is like the true barometer, and it can surprise you sometimes.
Do you have any clever marketing ideas to get people to come out to the show?
A couple of things we're going to try. I don't know if they can tell us if they're clever once they experience them, but we're definitely obviously going to flyer in costume, including some costumes relating to that big climax at the end of the show that hopefully won't give it away, but will tease just enough. But I think our biggest effort is going to be a meditative sleep audio that we're recording. I don't want to call it a funny meditative sleep audio, because that's, again, in the eye of the observer. But I don't think it'll necessarily help you get to sleep, but it will be worth your time listening to it.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Amazing.
What you could say.
I have a question for you from Joseph Martin and Linus Karp, who are doing the Untrue Diana and the Jellicle live shows that you've
Amazing,
yeah, definitely.
They're wild. And this is the question they have for you. It's a little long, so.
Okay.
In Cats the Musical, all the cats sing a song about themselves to win the title of the Jellicle choice. If you were to sing a song about yourself to win that title, what would it sound like, and what bits of yourself would you include? Have you seen Cats?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have not, but the thing is, like, they're they want to ascend into heaven. That's the sort of metaphor.
There's like a cat who's like, I'm a railroad cat, and he sings a song about how he keeps the trains going. And then there's like the magical guy who's like, I have magic. And then Ian McKellen's there, and he's like, I'm an actor. That kind of thing.
Jackson, you go first. You're more of a theatrically inclined.
I thought we were doing like a duet where we both have to sing together.
Yeah.
John
like
is
Mungo Jerry.
Well, what's your pitch? Because I feel like we have different personal pitches.
But here's the thing that pulls us together. I think we would both sing about our efforts and ability to kind of put people at ease when they first meet us. And I think that's not, it's not really funny or related to the show at all, but I do think that's why John and I are friends first, and then comedy collaborators second, is that we're able to have that effect on people and bring them in and welcome them in. Plus, who doesn't want that in Jellicle heaven? I haven't seen cats in a very long time.
Yeah, but you're both like, well, we may look like scary white presenting dudes, but actually once you get to know us, we're not going to hurt you.
Exactly. That's going to be in the second chorus.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. Do you have a question for my next guest?
We do. Jackson.
We do. You got it. All right, hand it to me. So our show is all about dreams, so we've been thinking a lot about them for the past couple of months. So our question is, what is keeping you up at night in anticipation of the Fringe? Now, this can obviously be good, bad, ugly, anything in between. Could be you're kept up with giddy anticipation, but we want to know, what's that thing that you're thinking about lying in bed?
That's, such a good question, because truly, none of us are sleeping well. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, no.
I am excited to see what my next guest has to say about that.
Yeah, nightmares, daydreams, whatever is,
That's the thing about performing, is that you can feel like you're the funniest person in the world and then feel like you're absolute garbage. And it's like,
there's instant and irrefutable feedback that you cannot deny.
Where is your show at Edinburgh Fringe, and what time?
Yeah, so we're at the Green Side at Infirmary Street in the Mint Studio, and it's at 1610, 410 for those non-military / Euro time folks. And it's only 55 minutes, so the perfect cat nap, if you will, or midday at Fringe.
Absolutely. Head in, get out of the rain and/or sun, and/or get off your feet and check out Dreams of You. Well, thank you so much, John and Jackson. I'm really looking forward to your show. I can't wait to learn about myself, and I can't wait for you, Jackson, to finally resolve some of your bigger issues. So I think that'll be good for you.
Here's hoping. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time on 10 Minute Fringe.
Thank you, Laser.